All right. Okay, next story that we are talking about. How many of y'all are out here using AI? In a yoga class, they played R. Kelly. People left. You know what? Good for them. Good for them. Miss Whitney said he won't, but if he learned impact, he can. Okay. Most said in a yoga class, they played R. Kelly. People left. Power to the people. All right. So I'm putting up this next picture. I want y'all to tell me something. Okay. Which of these faces? Okay. Which of these faces do you think is AI? There are 9 faces up here. Which of them do you think was made using AI? Hi, Nuke Log 4. Round Nuna said AI. Girl, I am so conflicted with AI. Miss Whitney said the bottom row. Mo Soulshine said, I'm trying to learn AI. Girl, Chat GPT, I'm just trying to ease into Chat GPT. Y'all know I'm a child of the Terminator movies. Sarah Connor told us to beware of Skynet, and here we are just handing the keys over, right? Okay, so we have bottom row. Someone said bottom right. I have surprised you guys. All of these faces were made with AI. Every single one of these. Okay. So AI is out here, the cat is out of the bag. We can't put it back, right? But there are a lot of issues people are having with the access that AI has to our information, right? I remember a story I did last summer. I was telling y'all how part of the reason why the actors were striking was because a lot of the big movie houses wanted to wanted to be able to take their images so they could do AI versions, and they only wanted to pay them like $250 and they get to keep it for life, right? So that was one of the things why the actors were protested, right? So we know that AI can provide us some really realistic looking pictures, and especially if we are feeding our information into it. So one country is trying to protect its citizens and the rights that they have to their face. Okay, so the country of Denmark, it's around like Norway, them Slavic countries. They excuse me, they are about to pass a law that is going to let all of the Danish citizens, they're going to be able to copyright their voice and their face against AI deepfakes. So if Sven is, going along the internet and sees someone that looks like him promoting a product that he doesn't like, he's going to have recourse within the Danish government to go and sue that company, because AI is getting so sophisticated that we have to do something to kind of, stem the tide and keep our information, keep our faces to ourselves, right? So looking at these 9 photos that we know were created strictly from AI, do we think that Round Nuna said, I've turned all facial recognition off on my device. I didn't think of that, but I don't want people getting in my phone, so I can't do that. But do we think that we could implement something like that in the United States? Denmark is a pretty small country. Do we think? Hold on. Let me look this up. How many citizens in U.S.? United States has about 342 million people. Do you think that we would be able to copyright all 342 million of these faces and protect them against AI? What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? AI is here. I know we could do about it, but how are you planning to protect your assets from being, used in a way that you don't like? Round Nunes said she's turned off facial recognition on all her devices. What about your photos on social media? You know, when you have a Facebook account or a social media account, they say that they can use your pictures, right? You know, if they want to do stuff, they essentially have license to use your pictures. So if you're doing this on Facebook, you're uploading photos there and to Instagram and to TikTok, and we know that AI is all over there. How are we going to protect our physical faces? How are we going to protect our brand, for lack of a better term? What can we do? Denmark is trying to copyright. I don't even know how many people Denmark have. Hold on. How many citizens in Denmark? Denmark has about 6 million people. So we have about almost 6 times the number of people that Denmark has, right? Is there anything else that you guys are doing to try to stem the tide of AI using your stuff? Authors are suing. People who write stuff, make books, they are suing all over the world because they do not want their copyrighted items being used to teach AI. Because in order for AI to be able to learn and to grow, it needs information, right? And if you have AI that is creating things, right? Creating faces, creating whole human beings, how are we going to keep our photos that we gave away license to when we signed up for these social media accounts? How are we going to account for that? I know it's scary, but it's something that we have to think about, right? You have to think about your kids, right? Those of you who have children, especially if your children, you know, are not at an age where they're independent, where they might be 16 or under. You know, they're doing, I don't know what the kids do, video games and whatever, the Snapchats and whatever they do. And there's AI in there recording your children. And you can't keep them from the internet. So what are some things we can do, or is there anything that we can do to stem the tide of AI using all our stuff? Y'all let me know, okay? StreamYard, let me go over here and see. Okay. All right. Let me remove this. Okay. Did I scare y'all? Y'all got real quiet. You guys got really, really quiet. Okay. Next story that we are talking about. Let's talk about something a little bit happier. Digital, and you know, I watched so many movies about that Round Nunes that I believe it's true. People think I'm crazy, but I feel like all those movies that we see about that was them preparing us. Okay,